So I guess this is as good of a time as any to cover this. I've gone back and forth about whether I should. At this point, technically speaking, at this moment in time, my family has 15 weeks left in Norway. As Americans, the only way we can stay here is by doing what's called skilled labor. That means something related to our experience or education. We can't work just any job. We'd be willing to work any job. We're not allowed to stay here. And the super frustrating thing is that although there's this high standard to stay here, if we can do that for 3 years, we can get permanent residency. And then we could work whatever job. It wouldn't have to be skilled labor. And I'm willing and able to work at Arema at Tucson. Like, I'll do anything to stay here. But I can't do that until we get to this 3-year period. It feels so frustratingly within our reach because I came here on a 2-year contract. I could probably get that extended. I have paperwork to extend it till October, which is 2 years, 3 months. Which means that all we need are 9 months of skilled labor work. It can be between me or my husband. He could do 4 months, I could do 4 months. If we could do that 9 extra months at 80% position, it doesn't have to be a fast job, doesn't have to be permanent, doesn't have to be 100% of the time. 80% for 9 months, then we can stay here. I say technically we only have 15 weeks because that's when my visa originally will end. I have the paperwork to prolong it till October, but in order to do that, by July, I have to tell my FOSS job back home in America that they can give my job away. So it's terrifying to consider in July making the decision to stay here when I don't have a job. And here's my little educational thing about Norway for the day, because that's the content you're really here for, right? Norway is still such a relational society. I think some of this is geographic. The hills and valleys separate communities so much that it just, yes, it's a modernized society, but things are just more like word of mouth here. We found our second house to rent here by word of mouth, much more than Finn even. And when you apply for a job, they say, like, you need to show up, you need to show them your face. Like, it's much more relational. So this feels very not my style. I try to keep personal stuff off of this channel. But here I am. Like, so many of you say that you hope we can stay. And right now I'm needing to tap into my network and be like, what is there out there? I'm an academic. There's probably never been a worse time to try to get an academic job in Norway, but I'm trying. And then in the private sector, I do like sustainability, communication, epidemiology, disease, public health communication. I've tried for some like digital content developer stuff, but I don't exactly have like professional experience, just my own personal stuff. But I made a lot of contacts through TikTok. I mean, it's how I met like Lars Vaular. I got on Ukeslutt for NRK because of this channel. I've been contacted to write kronikk. Somebody in Bergen is putting clips from this show on their radio station. So like, it feels really weird to me. And like, because I've been so påvirket of Norge, like, I don't like to ask for help unless it's like a true emergency, because I know people will like try really hard to help and drop what they're doing. But it's beginning to feel really desperate. My kids are begging not to go back. I feel like I'll be crushed if we go back. And I am really struggling to navigate the job market here. I'm doing what I can, but I don't know that I'm necessarily doing it well. And it seems to be a lot about word of mouth and who you know. So, you know, send tips, send ideas. I'm open to any creative legal options that would give us the chance to stay here. Send me all your creative ideas. Or if there's a job you know of, send it to me. So yeah, that is as far as I'm going to get into education today. Norway is very relational. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's like, oh, you have to know somebody, but like, it's not like it's about power and hierarchy. It's more like, actually, it's more flat. And so people want to know like who you are as a human. And it doesn't work to just send job letters. You find and hear about positions even through friends often. So this is my attempt to get leads, I guess. Yeah.